Oh my gosh, right. I just had to quickly make this video because I learned where a particular phrase came from. And I'm just like in shock. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So the phrase is sweet Fanny Adams or sweet nothing, right? Which I hear sweet nothing more these days. Whereas sweet Fanny Adams, I heard more from my grandmother. And then sometimes my mom would say it, but I haven't heard it for years, to be honest. But it is a saying, and it's a saying from the UK, really. So if you live in the UK, this is more to do with you guys than, anybody living abroad. But the saying, I believe, like it comes from like the 18 something, right? And it actually is based around a person called Fanny Adams, right? Who was a child who went missing and met a gruesome end. And I won't go into the details of what happened, but basically, like spam, you get like tins of spam. So it's like tinned meat basically back in the day, and sailors loved that stuff because they took the tins on board on their boats when they were doing these fishing trips or these long hauls, and the meat would be preserved in the tin and you could eat it and it would still be okay to eat even after weeks. So sailors really preferred like spam and stuff like that. So the saying sweet Fanny Adams or sweet nothing stems from the death of a young girl, right, whose body was disposed of by kind of putting them in the mixer of where they created these tinned meats in the factory, right? That's how the body got disposed of, right? And so for like a 1 month period, all the meat that went into those tins was basically human remains, okay, from Fanny Adams. And it's the sailors that came up with the saying because they're the ones that ate the most of that stuff, and they did notice a difference in the taste. And once they learnt about the murder, about what had happened to this young girl, they started coining the macabre phrase "sweet Fanny Adams," and it's used in a more of a like a WTF moment. So for many decades afterwards, it was still used as to mean something else like WTF. But then it went on to sweet nothing, which basically means the same as nothing, but just a little bit sarcastic or a little bit nicer. But sweet nothing I hear all the time today, like still in today's language. But sweet Fanny Adams, I haven't heard that for like 5 to 10 years maybe. But it saying, it was basically just a UK saying. But I'm just fascinated by how that saying came to be. I'm just fascinated by the history of it. And it's kind of got me thinking I might look into more sayings and where they came from, like what started them all. I imagine most of them came from Shakespeare, but it's like that one's just a really weird one, like really spooky and creepy. I just learned that, so I just had to share it. That's all this is. Bye.